Hey, this is JT. Welcome to the backyard and welcome to Bodyweight Strength. This video is going to serve as part 2 to the video that I posted a few days ago. And in that video, what I did is I showed you how to do lateral raises utilizing a door and either a t-shirt or some kind of like a hand towel or a rag to eliminate friction on the door. I'm going to link to that video, so if you haven't seen it, you can go check it out. And after I made that video, I started contemplating, okay, lateral raises for your delts are great, but a lot of people also do front raises, or they do rear delts by, if you've ever used like a pec deck machine at the gym, or you've used crossover cables to do essentially rear delt flies. I wondered if I could figure out a way to mimic that movement with only body weight, with no equipment. And so I went back inside and played around against the door and the wall, and it turns out I was able to mimic the front delt raise and also the rear delt crossover or fly really well. And so that's what this video is. I'm gonna go ahead and take you inside and show you how I was able to do that, and then that's pretty much gonna be it. Nice short sweet video. Let's get to the demonstration. And so what I came up with, you just need a door or a wall. You can use either one, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be sliding your arm up and down the door like we did with that side lateral raise. What you're going to do is basically place your arm flat against the wall or the door, and you're going to want to have your body at 90 degrees relative to the door. So you're going to be perpendicular to the door. You're going to take the back of the hand and place it on the door or the wall like you see me doing here. And what you're going to do is lean in, and you're going to lean in to apply force along the back side of your arm and your shoulder. And what's going to happen is you're going to press hard with the back of the hand into the door, and as you do so, you're going to open up and bring the body, the chest up and away from the wall or the door. And so that's going to mimic that rear delt fly that you would be doing with either like a pec deck machine at a gym, or if you were using dumbbells or cables. If you've ever done it where you're grabbing two cables and doing the crossover this way, this is going to give you that exact same type of movement. So again, I'll demonstrate it. You're just going to line up perpendicular to the door, 90 degrees, or the wall if you're using a wall, arms straight out. And the thing to remember is that you're going to lean in, okay, lean in where the shoulder is. You're going to have tension throughout the arm. You're going to need to tighten that core, tighten your abs, and then what you're going to do is you're going to press. So you're pressing as hard as possible into this wall. And when you do that, you are standing up, so coming off of leaning against the wall, you're still applying force into that wall with the body. So you are providing your own resistance the way that we're doing this. And so you're leaning into the door like you're trying to keep the door closed. You're placing the hand here, and then as you push on the back of the hand, you are applying as much pressure as is needed to give you a tempo on your reps similar to what you would be doing if you were doing rear delt flies in a gym. So if you've done those before, think about the speed with which you would perform them, and then that's what you're going to mimic here. And so this takes a little practice, a little getting used to, just because this is likely different than anything you've ever done. And so you're going to press, come up, open the chest as you see me doing here. Now, if I put my arm straight out, you can see where if we were using a pec deck machine, if we were doing rear flies, we would basically come out and have the arms at 180, going from 90 to 180, right? That's the exact same movement that we're making here. So arm 90, coming out to 180. When you're at 180, you lean back in, but keep in mind that in your head, picture you're doing these flies, okay? Picture you're doing the pec deck fly, that a machine, or the cable crossovers, whatever it is that you've done in the past. If you've done something in the past, just remember that you are making a semicircle, a half circle, 180 degree and an arc. Okay, so when you're out here at 180, you're not just collapsing back into the wall. What you're doing is you are still pressing hard on the back of the hand against the wall to keep you nice and tight. And as you come in, I am still pressing against the action of me coming back toward that wall. And so that's what's going to maintain the tension on the rear delts throughout the entire movement, eccentric and concentric, right? So you're going the concentric, you're coming out, the eccentric, you're coming back, and that's what your reps are going to look like. And I'll give you a shot of my feet so you can see how I'm doing this, but you're probably going to reach a failure point within 10 to 12 reps. This does not look like much, but when you try this, you get a little bit comfortable with the movement. You're gonna have to experiment with it a little bit. I think you'll find it'll get you to that failure point quickly, and this will rival any other, whether it's the pec deck, whether it's dumbbells, or whether it's the cable crossovers. This is gonna feel just like that. It's gonna train those rear delts just like you'd be able to do in a gym with all the equipment, except all you need is a wall or a door. So put it to the test and let me know what you think. This next exercise is going to be very similar to the lateral delt raise that I showed you. You're going to need a hand towel, t-shirt, something to cover basically from your elbow to your forearm width. And what you're going to do is you're going to stand facing your door, and then you're going to just lean into the forearm, and you're going to start from the bottom. Okay, you're going to bring that forearm up, and then you're just going to come back down. And so very Mr. Miyagi-like, right? You're wax on, wax off, polishing the fence. This way we are basically concentric and eccentric. We are polishing the door. And what you'll find is first few reps will seem fairly easy, just like it would if you were using a dumbbell adequate to get you to like 8 to 12 reps. And what you'll find is as you get to around 8 or 9, there's going to be quite a burn, and this is going to very closely mimic a front delt raise with a dumbbell adequate to get you, again, like I mentioned, about 8 to 12 reps. So like I've mentioned in past videos, I don't personally spend a lot of time isolating. However, with the video that I linked you to earlier for the lateral delt raises, with the front delt raises, and then with the rear delt fly progressions that I just gave you, you have everything that you need to isolate those deltoid regions should you choose to do so. I highly suggest that you make sure you are incorporating an overhead press of some type along with those delt raises. And your overhead press can be a pike press, a press against the wall. So even if you're not very advanced, if you can't do handstand push-ups, you still can do your wall presses or your pike presses. I'm going to go ahead and link you to a video showing you those. And then I'll also link you to my playlist, which is a complete handstand progression playlist that'll take you from beginner all the way through doing full handstands and even handstand push-ups. So if you need it, click that link, go check it out. Hopefully you found this content educational. Hopefully it benefits you. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure to click subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. And as always, thank you for watching this video, and thank you for supporting Bodyweight Strength.